So today was just another typical day in the life of somebody who collects physical media because I was getting messages like I do lots of times with links to this article from the Digital Bits about Best Buy pulling out of physical media and basically everybody running around yelling that the sky is falling and physical media is dead when I think there's a lot more to it than that. Now, Bill Hunt from the Digital Bits put out this kind of breaking news today based on his industry retail sources. He has many more retail sources than I do. He's been doing it a very long time. I have no doubt that what he's saying is in the works. Now, it's speculation as to when exactly it will happen or if it will be a complete exit online physical stores. But right now, the story is Best Buy's pulling out of physical media. Nothing sold online, nothing sold in their stores at some point in 2024. I reached out to a few people I know. They either couldn't comment or honestly just didn't even know about this. It's very early on, still developing, definitely more on the retail side for now. Not sure it's kind of gotten back to everybody else on the studio side, label side, but it's very interesting news. And of course, just like when Target kind of shrunk down their physical, Best Buy pulling out, everybody's like, this is it. It's over. It's dead. But that's just not the reality. It's just changing. So before everybody freaks out, I just want to give my off the cuff unscripted thoughts on this. The first thing is the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Everybody's been worried about those. First of all, Best Buy has not packaged those well in years, and you guys know it. Those come dented and banged up all the time. It has not been a good online experience. Now, you could get them in store, but recently, labels like Paramount or Lionsgate, they've been doing more Amazon exclusives or just releasing steelbooks to all retailers. They did this with Friday the 13th. This steelbook that's out there is widely available. Now, Lionsgate has been doing Best Buy steelbooks, but they'll probably just shift to somebody else. They could shift to Walmart, who still sells a ton of physical. They could shift to Amazon, or maybe what would be really cool is they could shift to one of these independent retailers out there who are doing a great job keeping physical alive, like Diabolic DVD, Grindhouse Video, Orbit DVD, lots of other small ones, HD Movie Source, Bull Moose. There's a lot of people out there keeping this alive. It's just more niche than it's ever been before, and Best Buy is not going to survive on selling $10 and $20 4K Blu-rays. They're going to survive right now on selling laundry machines, kitchens, vacuums, higher ticket items like appliances, TVs, of course. They're just not going to survive on a niche world, a niche industry. So if they pull out of it, it doesn't mean that things are dying, because you have to look at the bigger picture. One retailer potentially pulling out of physical media does not scare me, because it's not like we aren't getting announcements every single week from Lionsgate, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Universal. Now Disney's back in the mix. We've got A24 doing physical media. And then, of course, Vinegar Syndrome, Shout Factory, Scream Factory. We've got Arrow Video. We've got Synapse and Severin. We got TerrorVision. We got Culture Shock. We've got Something Weird. We've got literally Kino Lorber, Umbrella. I mean, can I keep going? Imprint. I mean, it's just insane how many people are announcing things every single week, dozens and dozens of new releases. So until you see that stop, the retailer side, I'm not too worried about. It just means you're going to have to change how you buy. But these companies and these major studios are going to make sure that you can get your hands on this stuff, even if Best Buy decides they don't want a piece of it anymore. So yeah, you'll probably see more stuff move direct. Groove.com, which is SDS, Universal, and Warner Brothers, they already do some exclusive steelbooks to their store. They're selling direct to consumers. Obviously, the labels like Vinegar, Criterion, Arrow, Shout, all those guys I named, Umbrella, they can sell direct. TerrorVision, they sell on their site. They sell direct to consumers. They don't really need Best Buy, to be totally honest, and Best Buy probably wouldn't do much for them anyway, neither would Target. So it's just a shifting way of buying, and like a lot of things, you're going to have to start buying stuff online. That's just the reality, and I know that kind of sucks. There are still local video stores scattered throughout the country. The Archive, Bull Moose, Orbit DVD, they're out there. They're going to be harder to find, but they do still exist. The reality is you're going to have to buy direct from the labels in many instances, because that's just a more profitable model for them. They don't have to pay a middleman like Best Buy, who takes a cut out of every, if Vinegar Syndrome sold through Best Buy, they'd get a cut out of everything. It makes more sense for them to sell direct through their website. They control the profits. They get all the revenue there. They can keep going, keep doing what they're doing without having to worry about shelf space. Is this getting on shelves? Is this getting in front of people? How many copies is Best Buy going to buy? And then they're going to throw them on clearance if they don't sell. It's just a changing world. Until there comes a day when you're not seeing the latest releases from Paramount or Warner Brothers or Universal get any sort of physical treatment, until we're going weeks without anything from a boutique label, until I start hearing news that Kino Lorber or Criterion or Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome or Shout Studio, Shout Factory, like until some of those guys start pulling out, there's a long, long way to go before you have anything to be worried about in this world. And the other thing to keep in mind is that this has happened before. I saw some really good tweets from people who have been in the physical media game for many years. Like, all that's happening is it's going back to being a niche thing, which is what the early days of VHS and Betamax, CED, Laserdisc, like that's what it was. It was a niche thing. Not a lot of people had those. Then VHS and DVD came along. It became a huge deal. It was trending for a while. Everybody owned DVDs. They were easy to make. They were easy to package. Players were on the cheaper side after a few years. Like, consumers ate that stuff up. And then we got to Blu-ray and now to 4K. And it's just gone back to niche. It's gone back to really specific boutique labels who are doing these really cool, big collectible box sets that speak to collectors. We're not really selling to the average person anymore. We're selling to collectors and hardcore movie fans, movie buffs. Like, that's who you're selling to, home theater enthusiasts. And that's who Laserdisc was selling to too. Like, you look at some of the Laserdisc sets from back in the day. They were insane special editions with all kinds of extras. And then you got all these kind of bare bones VHS DVD releases and Blu-rays, and now we're just back. We're full circle back. But I mean, the reality is it's niche, and like, don't forget that, vinyl still sells, cassette tapes still sell, CDs still sell. And the vinyl, like, revival that happened with vinyl music, it wasn't driven by retailers. It was driven by local, independent record stores. It was driven by boutique record labels who were doing really cool vinyl releases. And it was driven by collectors and a community of enthusiasts. Then retailers started to pick up on it. Mainstream musicians started to pick up on it. All of a sudden it became popular again. So I think we're still just in that cycle of, like, right now it's going back to the boutiques, the local stores, and the hardcore collector enthusiast community. Could it come back someday? It could. Who knows? But you're going to have to buy online. You're going to have to buy from other people. And Best Buy packaging sucked anyway, and Amazon packaging sucks a lot of times. If you want to buy a special edition, buy it from Orbit or Diabolic or Grindhouse Video or Bull Moose, or go to Hamilton Book, buy your movies there and your Blu-rays there. Like, they do a great job with packaging. Or of course, just go direct to the source, go right to the label. Go to vinegarsyndrome.com, go to Arrow Video, go to criterion.com. Barnes & Noble still sells stuff. There's other retailers out there who are still selling movies. It's a shame that a lot of you have a Best Buy that you used to shop at, but shift. Go to Walmart. If you had a Best Buy near you, chances are you got a Walmart. So go to Walmart and you can shop the shelves there. So for me, it's just not a big deal. I'm just not too worried about it. Like, the amount of news, I've been doing this now for about 8 years, about 6 years on YouTube. And there have never been so many new announcements, especially of limited editions, special editions, new remasters, collector's editions. Never in 8 years of doing this have there been so many. So it's a great time to be a physical media collector, and there's nothing to worry about, and the sky is not falling, and nobody needs to jump off a cliff here and pretend that we're not going to get anything in a year just because one retailer pulled out of the game. Let's be realistic and just understand that this is as good as it's ever been. And so what if 99% of people don't buy them anymore? There's still a hardcore community of collectors out there who are buying these things every single week and supporting them. The studios and labels recognize that, and they've continued to support. How could anybody question where physical's going when we're getting Disney Plus shows? I mean, if that doesn't speak to where this world is headed, they know there's revenue out there to be had. They realize that streaming is not as profitable as they wanted it to be. Physical media is. That's an additional revenue stream. Everybody's coming back around to it. So just bear with this little cycle as it caters more towards us. Enjoy it, because someday they may go back to catering to a mainstream audience and we may not get all these cool releases. So just love what we got, because it's a really, really good time to be in this world, to be a collector, and to be into Blu-ray, 4K, and higher end collectible physical media. There's no better time than now. So that's it. My 2 cents, just off the cuff, whatever, unscripted. I had to get this out there because the minute this news breaks, and I know this happens to other creators, Heath, Serial at Midnight has a video, like other people will probably put videos out as well. My DMs just explode on Instagram, and I get 50 messages about, it's over, this is it, have you seen this news, this is so bad, and I just don't think it is. So keep your head up. We got lots to like about where we're at right now. But you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, follow me on social media. All those links are in the description and right here. You can scan the QR code. That'll bring you to my links as well. But thanks for watching this. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I'll talk to you guys soon.